Okay, that's it. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Last Monday. Oh, thank you. Hi, Jay here. And I'm back with another lesson for today. Remember, you see me every Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This conversation, as always, is going to be about money because money is the one thing that most people don't think about very much. Okay. Money is something that all of us need to take control of in our lives. And we get so busy doing everything else that money just seems to fall by the way. Let me say this because I think it's very important. Okay. In the past, I have done different businesses, especially online. I've been full time online since 2012. And I've never had as much pleasure as I'm having right now because I'm talking about something I've done all my life, which, of course, is to help people with their finances. And remember, for 30 plus years, I worked with the military personnel stationed over here in Germany. In fact, I used to have an office for 15 years in a place called Mannheim, Germany. Had about roughly 6,000 soldiers there. And believe it or not, my office was called the financial store. So if there's anything that I know about, yeah, if I go way back, okay, I had accounting and all that good stuff. 10 years military finance is what I was in. So I've been around money all my life. All right. So to be able to talk to you about what I know is real, because think of this. I always tell people that I was able to, in a 30-year plus period of time, help 6,000 families. And I should have been able to help more. I like to help 10,000 families. Okay. But the money just wasn't there. And this is one of the reasons why people's money is, your money is leaking out. And a lot of people don't even know where their money is going. So that's why today's topic is the hidden money leaks. So let's take a couple of seconds and talk about that. Down the bottom, of course, you see my, actually, if you go to, I have a community on school, it's called Project 10K Financial Clarity Community. All right, just Project 10K, not 10,000 written out. I had to talk to the person that helped me make those slides. They kind of goofed up. But look, if you live in the United States of America, or if you're living overseas and you have a Social Security card and you pay American taxes, then this program is definitely for you. If you get something out of it, I would love it if you share it with some of your friends, relatives, because 70% of over 271 million people in America, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They have bills stacking up. They're working 2 and 3 jobs to get ahead. Okay. Now we got another crisis. The price of gas is going up. Now, a lot of people don't understand when gas goes up, everything else goes up. Your the cost of getting your food to the market, which means into your grocery stores, all that goes up. All right. So we've gone through some hard times. Bear with me. And I forgot to get some water. I just thought about, excuse me. Some of you know that I have asthma. So hopefully I can get through this without coughing. I'm gonna say hello to everyone at one time, especially on TikTok, because they just keep popping up fast, and I can't keep up with it all. Why many families feel financially stuck? They say paychecks come in on this side, right, and bills go out on that side. So it's like, how do you get ahead? It's difficult, and when the cost of everything keeps going up, and your paycheck is not going up, oh my goodness, you know. So yes, we're in hard times. And people do need more money. But what a lot of people don't understand is that, first of all, you have to control the money you already have. We call it hidden treasure right inside your paycheck, just by controlling your money. Normally, at the end of the month, most of us experience that there's very little left over. You know, we spend and then we say, okay, well, whatever's left over, then we'll take and what's the word I want to say? That's what we'll save. That's what we'll take vacation on. That's what we're going that weekend trip to, you know. It just never happens. So what happens is your savings for the projects that you want for the future, such as education for your kids or down payment on a home or getting that new car every 4 or 5 years, that just goes out the window because you don't have enough money. There's no money left over, no discretionary income. Keep that word in the back of your mind. You hear me say it over and over. There's no discretionary income. So the real problem isn't the income, it's the hidden leaks. And when I talk about leaks, imagine a bucket. They should have used a wallet, a bucket being your wallet right there. Okay. It says here's how money leaks out of your pocket. Taxes is a huge one. That's just like, I'm speaking of those living in the United States of America. As you know, we have something called tariffs, right? Tariffs is an import tax. And guess who pays the import tax? Well, normally the business owner, and then the business owner passes it on to who? You, the consumer. All right. So you're definitely not getting ahead. So taxes is one. Interest. If your credit, as you know, is not up to par, right? When you go out to buy that car, buy that furniture on time, you're going to pay higher interest rates. And a lot of people will not take the time to get their credit report straight to work towards getting up in the 700s and the 800s because it's possible. And then what about the bills? All right. Let's say your bills total, let's say $600 a month, household bills. All right. What if suddenly those bills were only $300 a month? That's an extra $200 discretionary income. Right. And the team behind me, there's a team behind me of professionals. They're expert at lowering your bills. But that's for another topic, not today. All right. I just wanted to try to point out where some of your money is definitely going. Then, of course, why plugging money leaks comes first. It says no matter how much earned, more of it will still slip away. And again, in those three areas: taxes, interest, and bills. You just can't get away from it. More money won't fix it. More. Oh yeah, this is what a lot of people do. This is what I love. Okay, and you see this online all the time. Start a new business. Start a new business. Right? Get rich. Start a new business. Earn $5,000 a month. Earn $10,000 a day. Really? If that was that easy, why aren't more people doing it? So what I'm trying to say is you can't make more money to get out of debt. It doesn't work like that. Because the more people make, it's going to sound funny, but it's a reality. Remember, it's my profession for over 30 years. And if I include my military time, for over 40 years. But think about this. The more money people make, trust me, the more money people spend. Why? Because they want to keep up with the Joneses. I remember back doing when I was in my 30s and 40s, okay, everybody had to have a new car every 2 to 3 years. For what? To outdo the guy living next door. That's all. Okay. Or if you're a single guy, you want to have a nice, sleek car to be able to pick up the young ladies. Come, let's be real. All right. But is it a necessity? My first car, I think at the age of 18, was an old raggedy convertible. I remember paying $500 when I got to Germany, not $500, excuse me, $125 for a Volkswagen that lasted me for years. It was called a Beetle, right? I don't even think they make those under that brand anymore. So without plugging leaks, the cycle keeps repeating itself every month. You're just chasing money. You're trying to fix holes. So in a poor setup, extra revenue is temporary at its best. Now, I remember my father used to work a part-time job. He'd do it 2 or 3 months before Christmas, okay, a month or two before Easter, and a month or two before vacation time. That's it. Okay. Other than that, he just said, hey, he said he wasn't blessed to have a big education or high education, but he had street sense. And the street sense told him if you keep that part-time job, you're going to start thinking that money's yours. Really. People have a part-time job. They say, well, okay, my regular job, let's say I make $2,000. Now over here on my part-time job, I make $600. Now I make $2,600. Yeah, if you want to keep slaving the rest of your life, you make it, but you're not really making it. That's the reality of it. Okay, let's go on. I talked about this yesterday. Those of you can go to my YouTube channel and you can see it over again. If you go to, of course, my community, you'll definitely see it there. Financial planning triangle. You have your long-term savings, which you call growth. Then you have your income protection to protect your assets, and then your short-term savings. Okay. And what they're saying is plugging money leaks is part of the protect step. In other words, you have to do those certain things. Like we talked about having uh, uh, 6 months, what do you call it? 6 months of your monthly pay, okay, in an account. And that's your emergency fund. Those type of things you have to have. We talked about having 10 times your annual for your income protection. Go back and check the video. All right. So it's a very important part of financial planning. Excuse me. Money leaks. Number three, monthly bills. Some of you sound familiar, right? Cable, cable, your streaming networks. I have a lot of people that have cable. They have 2 or 3 different streaming networks. They have what you got out there now. You got Disney. You have, oh my goodness, I can't even name them all right now. Discovery. See that? I'm trying to name them. Can't even think of them. But you have too many of them. Nobody watches that much TV. Okay. Read a book. Then, of course, you got to have your insurance, car insurance, life insurance, internet. Got to have that. Phone plans, one for everybody in the family, and then your other monthly subscriptions. So most families overpay without realizing it, and that's why we have what we call bill negotiators to help you not have to do that anymore. But you got to be willing to do some research. Okay. So, connecting to the financial planning triangle, plugging leaks is part of protecting your financial foundation, right? If you can't stop the leaks, then you will never catch up. So it says before we can grow wealth, we have to stop the leaks. And this is where a lot of people, I said before, made a mistake. They'll go out, example, start a business online, which is good to have a business because we're talking about the taxes. Anytime you have a business, you have over 400 write-offs that you can do a year. All right. From your gas to going out to dinner, some trips that you take. Okay, you can even write those off. So many things that you can write off. Office supplies, part of your rent, good things. All right. Saves you a lot of money. That's why we have professional ex IRS people working for us to help people with their taxes. So where am I at? I'm on the last slide. That was quick, right? I always try to stay to 20 minutes. Look like I'm not going to make it to 15 today. All right. I'm a couple of slides short. How did that happen? Anyway, if you want some help finding your money leaks, then inside my community, now my community is on school.com, SKOOL.com, school.com. Just do a search for Project 10K Financial Clarity, right? And we'll welcome you to the family. Or if you DM me, I'll take and send you a link to it. All right, just message me. I'll send you a link to it. And in there, we're going to show you how to reduce taxes legally, lower your monthly bills, restore credit, build real financial structure. In other words, to turn your life around to get on the positive, because there's no success without a plan. It's just a thought. It just doesn't happen. Okay. So join me over there. And once a week, even we'll have a live session. We'll have a Q&A and you'll be able to answer. We just kicked it off this month. I had to think of the date we kicked it off. A week ago, excuse me. I just launched it a week ago. Okay. So we got about our first 10 people in there. And the goal is to have 10,000 people in there. So there's a long way to go. Doesn't cost you anything. All right. So I'm going to end this one right here because, again, I don't have any water, so I'm losing my throat. And I pray you got something out of it. I pray you will share this with somebody, and you'll be back tomorrow because we're going to talk about the next step. Monday through Fridays, I'm going to keep taking you through the next step. All right. I can't see inside my desk to tell you what the next chapter is, but I know it's going to be something good. So I'm going to end this one like I end all of them. That I want you to keep something in the back of your mind because I think it's very important. I want you to remember that God loves you and so do I. And if you listen to just a portion of what I tell you, I'm sure that I will see you at the top. And if we don't see you at the top, we will definitely be waving to you from the top. So I just saw I had a comment here. Let me see if I can get it before I go. Oh, that's my buddy Fernando. Yeah, okay. Hello, Fernando. Glad to see you can make it. All right. And all you over there in TikTok, I really appreciate you. Hey, do me a favor, subscribe, share this information with somebody else. Um, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time now, of course. All right. God bless y'all. I love you. I'm going to turn off TikTok first this time. I usually turn off TikTok last. Goodbye, guys. Love you. All right, guys. I will see you on the next one tomorrow, 12 p.m.